What's going on, everyone? I wanted to make this quick video. So I'm getting a lot of calls and texts from my clients, and they've been getting letters and emails from certain lenders, right, that are, you know, saying they can get them certain rates and this and that. And of course, after reviewing the numbers, typically those rates that they're offering aren't really available, or they are, but at a really high cost. So just want you guys to be cautious out there, especially, you know, first-time homeowners, first-time home buyers. You guys are a little bit more vulnerable because, of course, you see a good rate and you think it's a good deal without paying attention to all the costs and the fees. So just be cautious out there. One of my colleagues recently got a letter himself on his property, and he's a top producer, so he's a very sharp guy. His name is David Kakish. And anyway, he called the lender just to see, you know, what they would say, and, you know, see if they could really offer what they were offering. So after, you know, they gave him the runaround and, you know, this and that, they were like, oh, you know, you have to get this certain loan to value, certain credit score. Ultimately, they couldn't deliver on what they were offering. And what's funny is that he actually recorded the call, so if you guys want, I could possibly share his video. It's pretty funny. But anyway, at the end of the conversation, they tell him, like, oh yeah, you know what? It's actually because you need to take some cash out to get that rate, which is absolutely not true, because typically when you do a cash out, the rate is higher, right? Anyway, so he's like, okay, well, let me take some cash out, right, and see what we can do. Anyway, ultimately, they couldn't offer that. So I just want you guys to be careful out there, because as rates are starting to come down, you're going to start to get a lot of these letters. And, you know, as a matter of fact, a couple of my VA clients at FHA, they've been getting these letters, and some of these lenders even claim to be, you know, associated directly with the FHA or VA, which is absolutely not true. You know, the FHA and VA are completely separate entities. They guarantee the loans, but, you know, it's like me, I'm approved to do VA loans and FHA loans, but I'm not going to claim I'm with the FHA or the VA. So just want to put it out there. Another example too is, like, a lot of my, you know, veteran friends and even family and clients think that they could get a better deal with, you know, some of these credit unions that come to say they, you know, serving veterans, or, you know, for example, like Navy Federal Credit Union, Veterans United. And here's the reality: like, as brokers, we can typically get you way better deal than them. For example, another one of my colleagues, him and his wife, I believe they're like top 3 in the nation for VA loans. Michael Kane and Tracy. And anyway, they're constantly beating these, you know, credit unions and big banks on these loans, which is obviously why they close so many loans. That's not really my niche, but just want to put it out there that, you know, just be careful. Most of my book of business are investors or commercial clients, but these guys are a bit more savvy. You know, they know that it's all about relationships, and, you know, people will take care of you, and not just, you know, go with the big banks or the advertisements you see. So just want to put it out there. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. DM me and I can, you know, give you a free analysis. You know, no pressure. Just if the numbers make sense, we can make a move. If not, I can kind of give you, you know, an idea of what to do or start planning for when the time is right. Anyway, take care, guys, and talk to you guys soon. I'm out here alone today, which is with Oso. Baby Tia is with her mom today, getting their hair done. So peace out, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.